are dozens.
Every time I
Hello.
check, it gets bigger.
Hello.
You can do
Is
it.
that? Are you allowed to say that? I don't know.
Hola.
Oh, God, what a way to start the stream.
Komote llamas?
Should
Yeah.
we change up the opener? Is that a good? The
Sounds like you're just pushing out a log.
oh, that's a familiar sound in my household.
It's got a lot of fiber in your diet.
Oh, the firing pin. Firing pin live.
The good old.
Only 5 years now, 4 years we've been doing this since 2020.
I mean, you have.
2020. I think we started this in like probably around this time. It was like this was when everything had gotten locked down.
Mhm.
We couldn't do stuff, so we were like, let's bring the firing pin into the homes. The frying pan. Yes, if we ever open a restaurant, that is the name. Frying pan.
Barn grill.
Someday it'll get there. It'll get there.
Hibachi.
I
Yeah,
mean,
open flames. Great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh man, we got some stuff to talk about because we didn't do this last week. We've kind of been not intentionally, but we've kind of been doing like an every other
Off
week
days. Yeah.
stream. Yeah,
We're
there's just
busy.
so much to do, and it's
On the
yeah,
even Jesus needed rest on the seventh day. So
it's true, and we're nowhere near as good at carpenters as he was.
good save. Yeah.
They were some good.
Oh
carpenters.
Yeah.
yes,
Could have used him.
yeah,
Everyone could use him.
sure, yeah, but
But
let's see some of his spoke shave work. Like let's see your mortise and tenons. Like,
man,
was he any good?
man
Do we
buys
know that?
one
Do we have
wood-
any?
buys one wood
there any,
chisel and
like-
then all of a sudden like starts planing things by hand and
There's some old babushka like in the Middle East somewhere that has like
It's the last
the like
supper.
jankiest like stool ever made, but like yeah, it was actually made by Jesus or whatever. Like, oh, I don't think what is the term? What was the ethnic term you used?
What are you talking
I
about?
don't know. I said babushka. I don't think that applies to
Oh no, I wasn't
elderly
talking about that. I was
Middle
talking
Eastern
about
women.
today
Ah, okay, yeah,
being Thursday.
it is Thursday. Yeah,
and Easter being Sun. Is that where you're going with this?
No,
Oh, okay.
we were talking about Jesus.
how far back? Like, okay,
No, not
so
Easter, but Jesus.
so like today's Thursday,
Yeah.
right? Yesterday was
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Like, how far back does it go where we've kept that pattern?
At least a few days.
Like if you go back to like
At least
the
it's-
17, like it was George Washington's. Like,
Oh,
if you
when-
keep counting backwards, like,
what was the first
did we keep-
Easter?
God damn, no, like, was that ever broken up where like
Oh,
it didn't
like
go
there's-
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
like
Like, did we ever
Tuesday-
skip a day, or like did we ever like
Friday,
when they switched calendars? Wasn't there like a gap or something like that? Did it go like
2012.
had to have been? When was
That's
Harambe
true.
killed?
When
Yeah.
When did Harambe
It's-
die?
when the calendars ended in the Maya time.
That's what it
I
was.
don't know what was it like Thursday supposed to be Thursday and like that's like how like
Probably.
the Norse god.
Like, how did we get that all?
Friday is just for fish.
I can't get my I can't get my oven temperature.
Fish
or my-
fry.
I can't get my oven clock and my microwave clock to say at the same time. Like, they're in the same room. I can see them from each other.
So for the
How do we get the whole world to like?
Line up.
for the longest
Agreed.
How do we
time,
do it?
I
Yeah.
thought
Apple.
my microwave clock was on military time, and I'm like, wait a minute, that number doesn't make any sense. I didn't realize that it's just been on a perpetual timer. That it just I haven't actually seen it because it doesn't count down. It just like counts up. I'm like,
oh my gosh,
that military time makes no sense.
you're
It's
silly.
it's just been
You're silly.
A long
Yeah.
time.
we've been keeping track. So yeah, there's that. No, I don't know
So
how long
there's
it's been
that.
gone, but yeah.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
Some just unanswered questions that we'll never know, I guess. What are you gonna
They made a WXXI show about it, I'm sure.
do?
To TED Talk.
Mysteries of the
Oh,
Universe. with Fire
speaking
Man.
of Ancient Aliens coming to Kodak Center.
That
The
guy.
aliens, yeah, he's
That
gonna
guy?
he's well him and his
I bet
his
he gets a
crew.
poster.
Yeah.
I bet he gets a
oh,
poster.
you know he does.
Oh,
Because if he doesn't, he's like there's a Kramer running.
one just kind of appears. Just in the middle of the night.
He just oh, he's actually the on the for our live
Is he?
stream.
We hired him. We had that kind of budget. What's that website you can hire celebrities?
Cameo.
Cameo. Yeah.
I was gonna say Vine.
Gilbert Gottfried or someone like ridiculous. Just
You'd have to raise him for the dead. But
oh, I wish we had that idea.
There's some good.
a long time
There's some
ago.
good people and some terrible people in Cameo.
Probably.
well, people are on Cameo are trying to.
They're doing their
Yeah, but
best.
they're trying to
okay?
get by.
They're doing their
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Just like us. You're trying.
Day to day.
Try
Okay.
your best, but you don't
You
succeed.
get what you want.
What have we been doing lately? We've been getting ready for Freedom Weekend.
Yep.
That's probably the
That's a
biggest
big one.
thing. June 21st and 22nd. Actually, it really starts on the 20th.
20th.
We're going to do a ribbon cutting on the 20th. We've got the Chambers of Commerce's coming down. They got the big scissors. There's going to be 2 large scissors here. So it's gonna
be crazy.
it's gonna happen. I'm just saying it now. Like
It's gonna get
it's
wild.
gonna happen. Yeah.
Real
Someone's
quick.
gonna run with a pair of them, and
Cam's gonna.
Ow.
Yeah.
I can hear him now. Oh, poor kid. Poor kid.
He sliced his chunk of his finger off the other day.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Trying to
Wow.
help. I think he died
With a rescue tip.
with a
right?
rescue tip.
What?
He was
Yeah.
cutting toward himself.
That's like the
He was
safest.
cutting toward himself, and then
Broke
he,
the first rule.
the first wall. He walks to the crew.
Well, no, the thing is, he was holding a knife and started to drop something, and then did the thing of trying to catch the knife.
So his like chunk is just gone.
Although to be fair, the rescue tip knife did save his toes once because he dropped it right on the toe.
It was so
Ow.
ironic too that he had just clocked out for the day too. Like right before he was like,
It was
"All right,
per-
guys, I'm gone for the day. I'm out of here," and then he did it.
Yep.
Like right.
And then he did it outside across
Yeah.
the street,
Yep.
not on
Yep.
store
In the
property.
right of way. Yeah. With the town. Yep.
Definitely hasn't used any work band-aids.
No. No. You're on your own.
Broke open an IFAC.
Tourniqueting himself. Like,
Just his
we're
finger.
not gonna make it.
So messy. But yeah, no, it's been going. Well, you've been killing it with making this place look so pretty. Yeah, I'm tired, boss.
I'm tired, boss. You know you're doing it right when a professional woodworker comes in and just tears everything apart that you've done, and he's like, "This is shit." Basically, like tear all this away.
Yes, you did it right.
Do it this way instead. But no, yeah, slogging through. We're getting the range together. The tracks are getting hung. They're getting put, assembled and stuff. And every day we get a little bit closer to the water here. Hopefully, end of this coming week, and we're gonna be open in time for Freedom Weekend. We're very excited. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long, bumpy road.
Long time.
Like I've said a couple times, like someday we'll write a book about it. You'll get the full. It'll be like a feature film.
The memoirs.
We'll hire like a
Ken Burns.
Oh, we should do a Draw My Life.
What's that?
We
You
could.
know, with the sketch marker. No,
Is that on TikTok?
no. There's YouTube. There's like
Oh.
2016 YouTube, man.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Maine. So like
Gee,
when you were born. Oh, Colby.
Colby.
Dunked him on you. Oh my god.
Grandma
The
says, "Oh,
firing
was my
pin."
dad. Roasted.
What what are we doing? What are we even doing?
I ask myself that whenever I wake up in the morning and I just sit on the end of my bed, just staring. Maria's like, "You okay?" I'm like,
No.
"What am I doing?" Actually, no. It's more or less she's been up for 3 hours. I'm asleep. She's like, "You got to get to work."
Just
She got me good the other day because I thought she was lying to me. She's like, "It's snowing outside." I'm like, "Don't try to get me out of bed."
Yeah.
And I got up and I had to shovel my
it
yeah.
was awesome.
It was great. I love that. And then I'm wearing no jacket and a t-shirt the next day. Awesome.
Love that for us. So we have got some cool stuff that's come in lately. There was a
Lots
new
of cool stuff.
some type of voodoo Mama Juju, some type of
The greatest song ever. I love that song. Yeah, EOTech has their Voodoo line, which is their variable optic low power, high power scope line. So not just red dots, they also do, if you didn't know, magnified optics, which is pretty sweet. And they came out with a new version, which is a 3:9 by 32. So if you can imagine that, it is a very, very tiny, about 6-inch long, which is
that's
magnum.
big.
That's
Okay.
magnum. That's actually massive. Now that I think about it,
Definitely
it
enough.
It is
fits perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
on to a actually designed to fit really good onto a carry handle of an AR, which is very, very cool.
Yeah, it uses the mini ACOG.
Battle sight. It is a 3-9 powered, super, super neat battle sight. We got those in. Those were announced at NIWEA. They weren't announced at SHOT Show. They were announced just a couple months ago, and we were able to finally get some in, which is really excited. So we've got a few of those on the shelf. And if you want to just grab one and look outside, just kind of get an idea of what you're working with. It is a second focal plane. They have designed their own reticle for it. So it is kind of unique with their hash marks where you're going from, I think it's 50, 100, 200, and 300 meter distance hash lines. And it is illuminated. So it's a Netch reticle that you don't have to worry about. If the illumination doesn't work, it'll still work for you in moderate daylight. I think having the illuminated reticle is definitely something that is needed.
Arms Preservation Inc. Your guns have two enemies, politicians and rust. We can't do much about politicians, but Arms Preservation Inc. has rust covered. API storage bags are designed to protect your firearms, ammunition, and other valuables for up to 10 years. No oils, no grease, just real protection. Unlike those cheap single-layer bags that barely last 2 or 3 years, API uses 4mm thick, dual-layer barriers that block moisture and the elements while releasing vapor corrosion inhibiting technology to create a one-of-a-kind microenvironment inside their bag, protecting your precious investments. Personally, I completely trust them. Every ammo can I use is lined with an API bag. The best part, these bags are made right here locally in Rochester with American source materials and American labor. So you're not just protecting your guns, you're supporting a quality craftsmanship and company that keeps its roots in the US while supporting your Second Amendment rights. Your guns and collectibles are valuable. Protect your investments with API. Get the best long-term firearm storage bags at apistoragebags.com or pick them up in person locally at the Firing Pin. Now back to the show.
Absolutely.
Stuff
what
like that.
About
what
8
do,
o'clock.
what do those go for?
I think they're blasting out for $10.99 right now. I think that's right at MAP that we have them. I think they retail for like $1,200. So
Definitely a premium
less than-
product,
yeah,
as
not,
you'd expect from EOTech.
yep. You're getting scope caps, which you don't normally get with a lot of optics, which I know sounds kind of novelty, but it shows that they care enough that they can still give those to you. Yeah, sweet little package. It comes on either an option with a diving board to have a little E-Flex, or the ones that we have are just the plain Jane versions with just the optic and a little Picatinny micro ACOG, if you didn't hear Joe already, for a mount. So it's the micro ACOG footprints, not the actual ACOG itself. So if you could think of what the ACOG footprint is, you remove that base, and that's how you're able to fit that onto a carry handle, or just have it on a straight Picatinny rail, which is
I want to see that on a rifle.
super.
Now. I want to see
It-
that.
I want one on mine.
Yeah.
I think it's super cool. I
That's cool.
was never really a big fan of second focal plane, but
Especially with the an E-Flex on top.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
honestly, even as like a brush gun optic, if you're thinking about pushing like a 350 Legend or a straight wall cartridge where you're only going to get maybe a max of 100 yards, but you want to be able to have that quick target acquisition.
It's a short 60-inch
Yeah, just
barrel.
boom, ready to rock and roll. It is second focal plane, so your reticle is going to be thick all the way through. It doesn't grow with it. So as an engagement style of optic, it's ideal. Highly recommend it. Tetro guarantee. 10 out of 10.
We've got a couple friends saying hello. Hi, John. And I can't pronounce this person's name, but they also said hello and good
don't know.
evening.
I pronounced the other one wrong for the county.
We'll just call them Kai. How about that?
Oh, I think so. John's
Why aren't you here?
Fun. Yeah, strange. It's okay. Our feelings aren't hurt. It's fine. It's whatever.
It's kind of messed up.
He'll be here in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
You'll
he
see
lives
him
down the
driving-
road.
You'll see him driving right down there. Can't say what I want to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll just make this sound.
As a matter of fact,
Is that worse?
rawhide.
Whoosh.
No, not gonna lie, that was pretty. I thought mine sounded good. But all right, you're up. What's your mode of transportation? How can you make a noise with it?
Helicopter noises?
Yeah, no, it was a train, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
no,
I don't know. I
actually,
don't know. You're just gonna
it doesn't just use like the pole on the raft. That doesn't
Oh,
really
yeah.
make a sound. Like, drip. Oh, this is what America needs more of.
Speaking
honestly,
of
like-
rafts, we have canoes for sale.
Don't talk to me like that.
Oh, I'm excited.
one left.
We added more to the I Spy, or we're going to be adding more to the I Spy of the shop, and all of our mounts and stuff that we have. So, I'm not going to say exactly what we have coming, but it is in lieu of maybe like East African safari hunt style of stuff,
It's a full size elephant, life size. Sorry,
life size, as opposed to
we
the
got it from the George Eastman
It's
Museum.
He's looking for it.
Yeah, they don't know we have
Where
it.
is that? I know, like, it's a real elephant, but I've been there enough times to look at it and be like, is that real? It looks.
How long can taxidermy exist for?
That's what I'm saying.
It's Sarah-coated tiger stripe.
I don't think it's real. I love going to Eastman House, but every
It's
time I look at it,
probably, yeah, like or like a museum. What would they have? Because they probably wouldn't have.
it's in the one part of the building that is surrounded by windows, so it's getting
There's no
blasted
way.
by light.
There's
Yeah.
no way.
All right, Rochester, we know you're watching. I need to know about the George Eastman House.
You're gonna be here Friday, the
Yeah.
20th.
You ever been over
20.
there for their Dutch connection thing they do?
No,
So
I was trying to think of it. I blanked out. I got
So-
nothing.
I've never been there.
George Eastman, like rich guy, right?
Sure.
Would have like every like 3 days would have like his entire mansion in the springtime,
Mm.
like floor to ceiling, every surface of it covered with just like flowers from Denmark. And he would just they would like boat them in.
Yeah,
Like he
That's
would
cool.
spend like he could have like solved poverty in Rochester, but instead he
sense.
just like
Makes-
filled
checks
his
out.
entire place. So they do it like once a year. I think they just did it, but they do like they get one shipment in
Like a
basically, or,
replica
like 2
of-
weeks
yeah.
worth of and it's just a ridiculous like it's cool, super cool.
we always go Christmas time. We always do like
That's gotta be cool.
I don't care so much about looking. I'm sorry if you're watching, which you are. Going to see the like gingerbread house competitions.
Mhm.
I just like. I don't know. I like Christmas.
Sure.
Christmas makes me happy, so I like
Yeah.
just feel a warm and fuzzy. So when you're like walking around and see like all the decorations and stuff, and dreaming that maybe one day my
Hey.
house could look like this.
Maybe next Christmas Santa might come back.
Maybe that is true. Yeah. Yeah, leave in the comments. What do we want Easter Bunny, Santa? Well, Easter Bunny actually already came.
Yeah.
This year, Ari, my oldest, she's 8.
No.
And she was like, this morning we're like sitting there getting breakfast ready, just like, doing dishes, just doing house stuff. She's like, Mom, you were just talking about going upstairs and getting the eggs. Because we were talking about hiding the eggs, like for Easter. She's like, we just like saw her brain like in real time, like breaking down. She's like, if you hide the eggs, Easter Bunny's not real. And she's just like having this like existential crisis. And me and Anna are just like, okay, well then you're gonna say Santa's not real. Like, calm down.
Yeah,
like,
come on.
We
Brandon,
obviously
go get the outfit
the
right
Easter
now.
Bunny needs help. Like, we can't do it. He can't do it all by himself.
Yeah, come on. He has arthritis. He can't. He's
Gotta-
been hopping way too
Yeah,
much.
How long those stories
He had
have
a
been
double
around
hip
for?
replacement. It's got it. We're helping the guy out.
Oh my god. Yeah, hippity hoppity.
Get off my property.
John, first question of the night. John asks, are we going to give the viewers a chance to view TFP 2.0? Yes. Tyler, every week bugs me.
We have the B-roll.
yes.
We just don't have. It was for whatever reason he filmed it on an old VHS like camcorder, and it ended up going to an 8-track. So we're trying to find the converter for it, but we'll get it.
Now we're on Laserdisc, I think. I don't even have those cables anymore. But no, I want it to be perfect for you. There's so many little projects that are 90% done.
Yeah.
Like this, like the angle of this room that you see looks great. There's no door in this room. So like the trim around that isn't done yet. So to me, it just looks
This is done, but
it's
the rest
not
of it's like war
good
torn.
enough to show you yet. Yeah. So like,
It needs
if you
to be
get-
perfect.
if you give me another couple of weeks, the doors are supposed to come. I believe they're scheduled to be delivered Monday. Maybe give me to the end of the week. Sometime here before the end of April, we'll put a video out teasing and showing you off what we've got done so far.
It might even be us just going live and then
Sure.
walking around.
Just
and
a
then
walk
like
around.
as a live studio audience, you can say, hey,
Yeah.
like ask questions and kind of go from there.
We would also like to start offering some like very select like guided tours
Mhm.
of the new shop. So if you're a member, check out your email here in the next couple of weeks. You'll be getting an invite to that. We're still going to do a party here for anyone that contributed. We have a ton of people. We have a whole list of people
Mhm.
that contributed to the crowdfund campaign, which is still open. Can we link that in the description or in the comments there? So the crowdfund is still open. There are still some amazing perks and benefits available at a crazy discount. Mostly memberships for the range. There are some T-shirt and sticker packs that are a little bit more affordable for folks. You know, we wanted to kind of make every level of support available to people. But we've got some amazing discounts on year memberships for the range that'll really help us out get across this finish line. And we're just super excited. There's just so many possibilities with this new store.
The opportunities are endless. This is going to be a beacon in a already shadowy world that we're living in. So, it's exciting. And for I guess for those who have not gotten your rebuild hoodies and sweatshirts or hoodies and t-shirts and stuff like that, we do know about it. The people that are doing it for us like to have a minimum, and we are still not at that minimum, unfortunately. And they would do onesie twosies, but it would just be an astronomical price for us to kind of bring those out. So we are still working on it. We will definitely have those by Freedom Weekend. So if you come Freedom Weekend, just ask about it and we'll probably have it for you so you can give it then. But yeah, so with that being said, sign up if you haven't already. And I would love to give you a tour.
Speaking of Freedom Weekend, shaping up to be one of the best ones yet. I think every year we eclipse the year before, which is starting to get difficult.
This one's going to be the best because it's going to be in the new improved 1,000 billion% best building ever.
It's going to be awesome.
So
it's going to be awesome. Yeah,
Yes.
we've got we're
Lots of
working out some of the finer details. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it sounds like we're doing a chicken barbecue.
Yep,
Sounds like that's a go.
That's gonna
so that'll
for like
be cool.
the main entree.
Yeah.
I guess will be that. We have
There's-
some really cool raffles that I'm super excited about. Cool
I wore
T-shirts.
the motorcycle shirt. Yeah,
the ride.
there's a motorcycle ride in on Sunday, so that's cool. We had what like 60 bikers last year. I want to say,
Yeah, they kept
Like 60
It
that were
just sounded like
registered,
Rolling
and
Thunder.
then I
They
felt
kept
like there
coming,
was
coming,
more.
coming.
Yeah. Especially because we get them like you hear them coming off the 490.
Yeah, you can only get
then-
X amount of people. I mean, two by two is one of those things.
Yeah, super fun. So yeah, Freedom Weekend. We're gonna have some amazing sponsors and like exhibitors here. We've already got like EOTech signed up. They're
Yep.
coming. Savior,
Savior's gonna
right?
be here.
Savior bags.
Breakthrough, Allen, Mantis,
Yeah,
Browning, Winchester.
I feel like we don't talk about Savior enough on this stream.
No,
but
we should.
We
really
carry a
should.
lot of
We-
their products.
We push them so heavy. Too.
Yeah, they make some good stuff, and they're very affordable.
For now.
For now,
For now.
yeah. I mean, it is going to be interesting.
Although I guess I shouldn't say that goes for really anything.
Sure.
It's
There is a lot of uncertainty. I don't want to like fearmonger and like buy stuff now before it gets more expensive. But I mean, some of the stuff you know, I mean, a lot of guys like the Hollow Suns and the Olites and stuff, and I think you're gonna see.
I've gone 30 years of my life never hearing the word tariff. Now I hear it 80 times a day.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's real. It always was.
Hey, Tom. Tom says hi.
Tom.
And Tyler is out tonight. He's
What do you mean? I'm
like
right here.
he's yes. You don't recognize your own grandson, Tom. Yes, Norma is going to be there. That Andrew, he's our Norma rep. He's going to be there.
And there's a bunch. I wasn't just naming off all the ones.
New
Yeah.
and returning.
Absolutely.
There's lots of.
And we have a lot of like non-gun vendors as well. There's like a lot of woodworkers that are coming.
Mhm.
There's a beef jerky guy that I'm pretty sure is coming. There's
Pickles, ice cream.
Oh my God, pickles. Peter's
pickle
pickle
ice cream.
peppers. Not peppers.
That's-
Just Peter's pickles.
Piper, yeah.
Yes.
Jason's.
Yeah.
Mm.
Jason's
Drippy Gold Creations.
hogs cranked.
Can asking for a friend, can Drippy Gold Creations have a table?
No.
What if they bring their own?
What if you don't have a choice? What if I set it
Just
up?
crash our event. Like
What if it's
there's no charge
a
to set up
TV
at.
tray? A TV tray with just a bin
Oh.
of different color rail can paints.
Yeah, give it up. Put his face paints. Put his-
And it's my Drippy Gold Creations woodworking tool.
I tried getting a face painter to come last year because there was an event at the Genesee Country Museum. I think we went for like the maple syrup weekend.
Yeah, she was sitting in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
little nature.
And Ari like got face painted, and then they made me get my face painted. So like I'm sitting there getting my face painted, and I'm talking to this chick, and I was like, "Hey, like I do an event. There's a lot of kids that show up. I think it'd be super fun. I know there's like a lot of like big burly men. Like I would get my face painted for the day, like American flag, whatever, like just to be funny." And I was like, "I think it would go well for you." And she's like, "All right, cool." And then she emailed us like the next day, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't do gun stuff."
Mhm.
She's like, "All right, well, fuck you." Whatever. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
There's a little there's a hair tinsel. No, I'm not. I was
Oh.
just looking up. I was trying to think of the word.
Squirrel.
There's a lady doing I think hair tinsels.
Yes.
Yeah.
For this year,
I'll have
Yeah.
to grow
at
it
Freedom
out.
Weekend. Yes.
We're all growing out our
So-
hair.
Finna get.
All growing out.
Mine's
Blow it
getting,
up.
mine's getting bad.
I'm gonna get
When mine grows out, it gets like I look like
what?
Back to the Future.
Uh,
Careful.
Like what?
Yeah.
Little fro action.
Joe Fro.
I'll grow it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, do braids.
Used to look
it's like
like
a top knot.
Tabara.
I'm actually gonna shave right here.
The
very
most
top.
honorable son.
Oh.
We're also gonna have because
hot
the
dogs?
store will be open. Yes, Sunday. I think we're doing
Yeah.
Hot Dog Sunday because the store will be open. We'll have new product lines
Oh,
that I'm
true.
excited to be able to show off. We won't talk about that, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of fun things in the range.
Some
Bop, 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 bop,
Some-
bop.
interesting things.
Yeah,
Bop,
I'm,
bop,
making
bop, bop,
interesting
I'm
bop.
excited.
noises.
I am very.
You're literally going to be cranking it
You will
at Freedom Weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
just call me Gatling.
For as
there's
long
going to
as
be,
you are willing.
yeah. As long as you can take it, like as long as you can handle it, you're going to, yeah. It's all up to you. Only you
Can crank.
can crank. Jesus. Fun stuff. Yeah, there's a thing on the chair over there. Should we talk about it?
We can.
It's just been like in the room this whole time. Made me very uncomfortable.
Is it in the room right now?
It's
Yeah.
it's just it's
Yeah, we don't
intimidating.
talk about firearms enough. So I brought in something to talk about.
Hell yeah.
And maybe
Whoa.
the age old question of what do you use for home defense?
When did we become Benelli dealers?
I'm glad you asked. It'll never happen.
Never a clock.
So we offer pistol permit classes. We will be offering other self-defense classes in the future. But some people don't or can't and just don't maybe feel like it's for them to get their pistol permit or put forth the effort to get your pistol permit, or it's financially just not it right there, or you don't want to wait that long and need something right away and still want to get training out and stuff like that. So with New York State, it makes it very difficult to get something to kind of defend yourself, your family, or really just kind of in general have something to use. This is an investment on your life, and they make it very difficult to make that investment, I guess, for lack of better words. So there are options still available in New York State that, of course, you are able to do. One of them being a pump action or a slide action per se rifle. You can't do semi-automatic rifles anymore because of the law that was put in where you have to have your pistol permit, or you can apply for your semi-automatic rifle permit and you can get it, but it's still fuzzy on how that process goes through. So best thing I can tell you is right now is you want as many rounds as you can downrange in a mildly quick fashion. So a semi-auto shotgun, or in this situation, a semi-auto and pump action shotgun. I'll bring it up to the camera to show you.
It's both.
It's both.
How?
What?
I'm glad you asked. I don't know. So Benelli was the pioneer to this. Frankie being the first one. If you've ever seen the probably greatest movie known to man and greatest book series known
Cars?
to man.
Yes.
Cars 2?
Yes, Cars 3, The Reckoning. Jurassic Park. So Muldoon had a very famous shotgun and line where he never physically used the shotgun. He just said "clever girl," and that was the end of it. It was the Spaz 12. Benelli is a subsidiary of that company and made what was called the Benelli M3, where it was a police-style shotgun, or police, they call it style because it was only made for that, and then the civilians were able to get it. It was a semi-automatic shotgun with the ability to turn it into pump action by hitting a little switch. So for beanbag rounds and other applications that you wouldn't necessarily use in a day-to-day basis, they were able to do this. So a couple years back, the, I guess, rights, for lack of better words, went up on it. Patent's rights, Benelli's weird still.
I believe it's called dibs.
Dibs, yes. I called it first kind of a deal went up. And Lord help us, Turkey jumped on it as quickly as they can, and they made this. So it is a 1-to-1 copy of the Benelli M3, but instead of spending $1,600, it is now sub $600. So you are getting, it is not tried and true and everything like you would out of a Benelli, but since it is the 1-to-1 copy of the Benelli M3, it's pretty damn close. You can still get the parts for Benelli and put it in this. So if you want to get the bolt and everything and make it so it's a little bit better, absolutely do it. But for $499, you get not only the ability to send rounds downrange with one trigger pull every single time, but if you want to just kind of have fun or you get a jam or anything like that, you're able to hit the switch. And now it is a pump action.
I like how that works too. That's a nice.
Yeah, it's a little lug
That's a
that
nice
locks into
mechanism
place,
there.
and then you're ready to rock and roll.
I obviously anecdotally, we're one shop. We're selling, how many of these could we really sell? It's not like we're selling thousands or
No.
even hundreds of these, but maybe hundreds. Rarely do we see these come back, ever. Generally speaking, I feel like if there's an issue, like right away, like you'll just, for some reason, maybe something, you get a lemon, which is rare, but very few of these, and are these being used by competitive shooters that are putting 1,000 rounds a week through them? No, maybe not. I shouldn't say no, but I have been impressed with the quality of these Turkish clones. They maybe 10 or 15 years ago were kind of rough and they weren't the best, but I've been very impressed.
COVID, for whatever reason, COVID really kind of opened the floodgates for all of these even sub $200 shotguns. Now those I would be
was there a reason?
I don't.
Was there like a band in place?
I'm not gonna make up anything because I
Affordability.
really don't know. Yeah, I think one factory decided to start branching out to other importers, and those importers said, "Yeah, game on, let's do it." Because you'll see a lot of these Turkish companies making the same shotgun, but it's called a different name. But it's you look at it like this is the same shotgun, it's just from a different importer.
That is a beefy like.
It's a lug, yeah,
That
that is,
connection up there,
and it
is-
hooks into the barrel, so it's not like it's gonna break free or anything like that.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
They make extensions for this.
no. So that's the tough thing about the Benelli M3s is they were built very, very specifically. So,
Well, I think that is an import thing.
well,
I don't think they can import them because this is technically a sporting shotgun.
so that
So I
and
think
like
that's
I have a Benelli M3,
yeah.
and Carlson, lots of these companies make aftermarket parts for it. They just, for whatever reason, aesthetically don't change. Like they don't make a whole lot for the M3, and if you can find it, they're like
A lot.
$400 or $500.
That's interesting how they really did copy like the bolt hold open.
It's fascinating. I mean, the safety. I mean, you can look at it and be like, yeah, this is not ideal, but
You allowed?
I've seen it.
Oh, okay. It's because you're not allowed.
Yeah,
but
I'm too old.
yeah, they're calling this one the Duo system, obviously because it's dual system. That's just the name of it. They're not calling it like some sort of like Turk 3 or anything like that, or Cars 3 for that matter. It's I am very impressed. I was never impressed with any of the Turkish stuff, but this really speaks to me in a way because it's
I can't wait to have the full range open.
oh,
we
do
can
a like
just
a do a
abuse
burn
one.
down. Yeah, it's absolutely.
Just 3.5 inch Magnum
Destroy.
slugs. I'm sure it's not rated for 3.5.
We'll make it
3
work.
inch Magnum slugs.
It's
We'll
a
bore it
pump.
out. Yeah,
It's a
we'll
pump. You could
Nothing a Dremel couldn't fix.
just-
It's tough back here. I'll show it for those who want to see it. So, super right here is where you would undo it. Thank you, Joe. So
There we
that,
go.
like, locks in,
I'm
and
blind.
that fixes, and then you would have your semi-auto right there. So, and if you want, just unlock it, and you're ready to rock and roll with that. Do not recommend shooting in semi-auto after you have unlocked it because it would not be a good time. But yeah, super
Just
simple.
rips it back.
$500 can be yours.
That's crazy. That's crazy. We did have a question. Brian asked if we are interested in an older glass case for the new shop. We're looking for all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah, really anything for displays.
I've just been tearing up Facebook Marketplace lately. So
yeah, the museum
um,
needs to come back, and it will come back. So
send us an email. I'm going to drop the email in the chat. Send us a picture. Send us an email. See if we can make something work, make a deal, maybe trade for stuff.
let's
I like to trade.
make a deal.
Yeah, trading's fun.
Bring that back. I miss.
Bartering.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Maine still does it. Maine is like one of the only states that I'm still aware of that like actively still believes in
Trading stuff
trading.
like that.
Yeah,
And Alaska.
I
I
recently
believe that. Yeah,
I recently learned about gold backs. So you've heard of greenbacks,
yeah.
right? Like old money,
Mhm.
right? So gold backs was a movement that I don't know when it started. It's been a little while though, but it's some type of group. I don't want to call it a company, but it might be a company, but you can go online, you can buy, they look like dollars, right? But they're gold. And it's like printed on a thin layer of gold. So there's different denominations. There's literally like a $1, but it's worth more than $1. There's like a 1, a 5, a 10, and a 20, right? And there'll be like the 10 is say like 1/1000th of an ounce of gold. So there's like actual gold in this
Mhm.
thing, very artistically done. Like they're beautiful, old like engraving style, and they're all women, but they're all in like, very like Lady Liberty style of like engravings and stuff like that. They're very gorgeously done. And there's like 5 states, Florida, the only one that I can think of off the top of my head, where it's like legal tender.
Oh.
Like if your business accepts cash, you have to accept these as currency. And the interesting thing though is they are tied. It's gold. So like some days that like right now gold's at like an all-time.
Yeah,
Lifetime
seriously, if you
high.
haven't already,
Yeah, so,
invest
like-
in gold. So like this,
So like yeah, your 10 like the greenback will say 10 on it, But then you have to like look today, it might be worth $30 or whatever for that
You're,
one bill.
you're paying with like a physical stock.
Yes.
Yeah, every
And then
single
there's
time.
like there's a community online. I saw them on Reddit where people are like, you know, I got my oil changed and like the guy was super nice and like took care of me real well, like did all this other bullshit. So I gave him like a $5 like greenback or gold back.
back, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah,
like,
it was-
wow, like you gave the guy like a $30 or $40 tip, like that's cool. And
Yeah.
just spreading the movement of
That's
like
cool.
So on AppMax, they're the ones
Yeah.
that sell like all the other stuff. They have like, so Florida has half, 1, 2, 5, 10, 25, 50.
and there's state denominations. So like you could buy a Florida
That's
bill
cool.
and then you live in Florida,
Yeah,
they're
there's
accepted.
a,
like, yeah.
There's a one New Hampshire goldback.
Oh, gotta get it.
I think there's a few like New Mexico, maybe. There's a few like
Nevada,
Yeah.
there's South Dakota,
Yeah.
Utah,
the kind of the states you would think would be into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the gold rush of states.
The only downside, because I was looking into it, the only downside is when you do the math, like, okay, say this one is 1/1000th of an ounce. 1 ounce of gold is like $3,300.
Mhm.
So 1,000th of that should be $3.30.
Mhm.
But you'll pay like $6 for one of these.
Gotcha.
So you are paying quite a bit more because of the fractional,
Mhm.
like, you know, it costs money to make the damn thing. Same with coins. Like, I don't know. I was going down a rabbit hole of those. Like, okay, spot price for gold is 3,300, but like if you want to buy a coin, you're gonna pay 3,400 because
Gotcha,
like
yeah.
you gotta pay for the coin. You know what I mean? So, anyways,
I love that. I just started getting into that,
It's
into the
neat.
gold and stuff. It's fascinating.
yeah,
Bring it back.
we will accept. I actually went.
I'll accept gold. Yeah.
I actually put a thing on it that AppMex. I don't know how you say it, APMex, but they're like one of the top like gold exchange places or whatever. I put in a thing so that like I want to sell greenback or gold. I keep calling them greenbacks. I want to sell goldbacks
Yeah.
here, and I want to see about like
Mhm.
how could we like could we get a scale and like a way to test and
Mhm.
like could we take in gold for a gun? Like could someone pay it? Why couldn't they?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
as
Why
long
not?
as we say it's okay, as long as
Is that
we
like
have a way to like
is it S? Do we have to like go to the SEC or something? How does that?
I don't know how
work?
that works. Yeah, like I don't know how you calculate taxes on that or any of that, or do you? Like, isn't that the
Or
point?
we
Yeah, we pay actually double our taxes. We pay them
Yes.
twice,
Just
to
in
be
case you
sure.
miss it one year.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Tax
Yeah.
this, dick.
Actually, I actually really like taxes. It makes me feel good paying them.
I love taxes.
Mhm.
I get a kick out of it every single year.
I wish
wish-
they would. Go ahead.
I wish we could just give more.
You can. Yeah.
You should.
I just don't even want the money back.
I just go to like the Genesee
Whenever-
County Clerk's office. Here's just some money.
At the end of your taxes, when they ask, "Would you like to do a donation?" I say, "Yes, I'd like to give all of my money
Yes.
back."
Yes.
Yeah, I do 100% withholding every.
Oh,
year.
absolutely, yeah.
They just the government takes
I
all
claim
of it.
all of it.
Just take all of it and just give me what I need to survive. I think it should be like my daughter's selling Girl Scout cookies right now. So it's like if you sell 100 boxes, you get this prize. If you sell 200 boxes, you get this prize. I think the taxes should be the same way. Like you paid this much in taxes,
So
you get a
here's-
ride on a Blackhawk.
Here's
Like,
a gold star.
You paid this much in taxes, you get to drive an aircraft carrier for 30 minutes. Like
Drive an aircraft carrier. That-
what do you? Is that what you would say?
Sure. Yeah.
Steer it,
A helm.
Have you
helmet.
guys-
There we go.
You guys ever been on an aircraft carrier?
No.
Mm,
Largest one I've ever been.
like a
on.
museum. What's the museum one that's in New York City?
Intrepid.
I think that one.
Oh, really?
I spent a night on the New Jersey, which
Oh,
is a
really?
battleship.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Have you visited the Constitution
That's the sailing ship.
in Boston? Yeah.
I've seen it. I don't think we
That's-
went on
I've
it.
seen
You should go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
My cousin was stationed on
I get an audio experience of that when I stay here and it's windy.
it. Sure.
It sounds like an old wooden
Yeah.
ship when
Old,
you're on
old
here.
Ironsides. Yeah. We should name this older
Old
Ironsides.
Ironsides. Oh,
What's
fun
that
stuff.
hole in the wall?
It's a cannonball. That'd be sweet though. Can we get cannons? We put the cannons through the portal.
Just directly mounted at the front door.
John asks, has anyone heard that the governor wants gun owners to make has anyone heard the governor wants to make gun owners buy insurance? Yes, we've heard that. That's been a
Effective, yeah.
thing. They've been trying that for the past like 10 to 15 years.
Mhm.
Every legislative session, someone brings that up. It is scary though that Hochul wants that now because it just gives it more
It's just
credibility.
It's just closer to
Mhm.
potentially being a reality.
She has some uncanny ability to pass through the stuff that she wants. So I do find it ironic that if you wanted insurance voluntarily today, you are forbidden from having it. Like it's not legally allowed to have, they call it murder insurance in New York. You are legally prohibited from having it. But then at the same time, they're trying to pass a law requiring you to have it. So explain that to me.
Should get
can't
off the
pick and
pot,
choose.
son.
Yeah. I do think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think it'll be unenforceable. I don't see how you could enforce it, especially with long guns. Like maybe with pistols you could.
Like would you have to go into the marketplace every time in July just to get like, here's your health insurance, here's your gun insurance, here's
Right.
like, how does that?
Would all the guns, like would you have to start registering all of your long guns and then you have a lapse in insurance coverage, like we're coming to get your guns,
taking
just
your
like
Which is
like your license is
what-
being
yeah,
suspended,
that's-
Knowing how the DMV works, that's all. Like that's terrible.
yeah.
Because I remember, so in the instance of the DMV, obviously you have to have insurance in order to register your car.
Mhm.
One of my buddies, he was in an accident, so his old car was totaled. He got a new car, and he's just like, I'm going to transfer the policy because like it's easy enough.
Yeah.
But when the policy was transferred, the DMV was like, wait, so if this policy is for this car, then you didn't have insurance the whole time you had the other car. He's like, no, I transferred it. And like they were going to like
Ugh.
suspend his license and all that. And he
Jeez.
had to go to the DMV and argue about it.
And this is, one of those definitional, like, okay, driving is a little different. That's a privilege. Like, firearms ownership, your Second Amendment right is enshrined in the Constitution. This would be the same as a literal poll tax. I mean, that's how we compare
Mhm.
the training requirement to get
Right.
your pistol permit, which I still agree, or I still, tote that argument. But this being any kind of gun, now you are required to have insurance. I mean, even if it was $5 a year, doesn't matter what the price is. That's
The fact
an
you're getting
undue
charged
burden.
still,
Yeah,
like-
it's a poll tax. It's crazy. Kristen says, "Hey, she is our Chattanooga rep.
Hi, Kristen.
Pretty
I know
cool.
Kristen.
Pretty cool.
Local too.
No big deal.
Which is really, I always love when like the reps that you have are like either on our same time zone or
Sure.
like, they're like close enough to where like they could come out. And, like,
Yeah,
say
yeah,
hi.
yeah. Super
So-
cool. We'll see you June
Yeah.
21st.
Yep.
22nd for Freedom
Better.
Weekend.
We better.
New York. You printed out this article about Supreme Court
Yeah, they
rejected our.
not only rejected it, it was like a 0 to 9, right? Or like all-
Okay, so reading into it, not that I know anything about this stuff, but from this one article, it does sound like they were going to do that no matter what, because the state courts are still arguing this like back and forth. So it's kind of, it hasn't like escalated enough for
Sure.
the Supreme Court. They just don't like
Just
taking
okay.
it. I don't think it reflects really on the merits of the case. It was kind of more of a procedural thing.
It's like
Where they're
going
like,
over the head.
It's too soon. Yeah, like you're
Mhm.
trying to go around the system
Okay,
too fast.
interesting.
It seemed like, without being a lawyer, without digging into it too much. But yeah, that was back on the 7th, where we are trying to. I think that relates to like all of the sensitive locations. That's a big part of this of this bill or this lawsuit against
with like
the
carrying.
Concealed Carry Improvement Act. Yeah. So
Oh, it's improved.
yeah, that's the thing that pisses me off the most is the naming conventions that they use. Like, just be honest. Like, fuck you, gun owners.
If
Act.
anything,
Like-
it's improved people wanting to get it more.
Yes, it really has. It's been such a sharp. Maybe we're just seeing more of it because you have to take training now
On
to
our
get your
side.
permit.
Fair.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I would love though. We should FOIL request. I would love to know like how many applicants on average, month to month,
Sure.
do the clerk's
Not
offices
by county,
get.
but by the state.
Or aggregate,
I would love,
yeah,
I would
yeah.
love to know.
Dude, I remember when this first passed, there was the fear. There was a lot of uncertainty, and the state was being intentionally ambiguous for a while. When the Concealed Carry Improvement Act first passed, the training requirement, the way it was written,
It's for everyone.
the training
It's for-
requirement was everyone
Yeah,
that had
everyone.
a permit was going to have to take that course. And then the state realized that couldn't happen. And then they clarified, oh, wait, well, there's recertification and what is it? There's recertifying and
actual certification.
there's certifying, and then there was like
there's
recertifying
recertifying,
or
yeah.
whatever it was. Yeah. And I mean, I called, I won't say who because we like them, but there were several counties we called, and I was like, hey, like, could you tell me how many permit holders that you have in the county, like, just so I can kind of crunch that number and you know, whatever. And they're like, yeah, I mean, I can give you like, there's somewhere around 10,000 maybe, like, we don't really know.
Wow.
And they were like, the problem is like people will die, and
That's
then
fair,
there's no
yeah.
like there's no mechanism that like automatically takes their permit away,
And potentially
or whatever.
someone that
Like,
who has unfortunately expired,
mhm.
their family didn't hand in their permit, so that number's
Right.
still. So yeah,
or they
that's-
moved and they just never.
Sure, they kept
you know,
it. Which
kind
that's
of a-
crazy is you can keep your permit. Like I can.
If you don't say
I can
anything,
move-
yeah,
No,
I mean, you can now.
You can.
'cause
Like,
Oh,
they will.
okay.
They will literally put your.
non-resident
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well,
yeah.
not even that. Like I will say, we'll give an instance. Monroe County.
Yeah.
I will move out of Monroe County
Oh, sure.
to another state,
Yeah.
and then they'll say, "Okay, cool. Here's your Tennessee license on your Monroe County."
That's
permit."
Well, I
wild.
mean, you saw that, Brandon. We had that one with Florida address on.
That's
the
true.
permit.
That is true.
I mean, and it makes sense because they have to issue them to out-of-state residents now too.
right.
But it just sucks because we get ones that aren't good in New York City.
But they do.
But if you're applying from out of state, you can just get a city permit and have
Right.
it everywhere.
And we could too. We just have to apply for one.
Right.
And like, if you didn't have to take the like, I never had to take the 18-hour course to get your New York City permit, though. You would. You have to take that course, which is wild.
Can we talk about what has to happen if a permit holder passes? Because I feel like recently we've been getting a lot of calls about people who are too late into the transition of a past loved one with a permit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it has to happen soon.
They have 10
And it's-
days.
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
days to
Without.
transfer those handguns into a shop or to another person before they are just, you have to turn them into the state.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
and they aren't like. To clarify, they aren't gone forever. They have to be
Takes a lot
like it
longer.
becomes the steward becomes the county that that person passed away in.
And then
So-
it takes a lot longer.
And then,
to get them
yeah.
back.
And there is the danger. We've definitely seen guns taken into those where you might have some really nice old Smith and Wesson.
disappeared into
Where-
ether. Yeah.
Well, or like say the serial number is under the grips.
Right.
And they don't like that in the evidence room.
Mhm.
And they'll electropencil the serial number on the side of the barrel just because now they don't have to take the grips off again. To
True,
verify it's-
yeah.
You know, we've seen it. It's going to sit on a shelf. If something else dings into it, you know,
Who
I mean, if
knows?
it's an old Taurus, who cares? But like,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, you get your grandpa's Colt
Colt.
Python.
Right.
Yeah, the family
like,
heirloom is now
yeah.
not.
The best thing to do, the preventative step, is to get those guns registered on somebody else's
Full
permit
permitting.
today.
Yep.
Most counties allow it. Some counties are better than others. Monroe, you can co-register with anybody you want. They don't care, right?
Mhm.
Genesee County, as far as I know, you have to live in the same household.
Mm.
So some counties are very strict about it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Some counties, I don't know of a county that doesn't allow it outright, but one of the downsides of our system is the county could just not allow it. Like the
Mhm.
county could just say no. The judges still do have, and the county clerks still do have a lot of power in the system, which they flex. And some of it's just stupid things like,
Yeah.
like with our training, we'll notice, or we'll have like, okay, somebody didn't have the form they need, so we'll print it out for them.
Right.
And it printed on 2 pieces of paper instead of double-sided, and it'll be rejected
because
for that.
it's easier for them to file, or
I
they don't
get it, but it's
no,
like,
I know I'm saying I'm making fun. Of
Oh,
yeah, making fun of that, or like we'll email a certificate,
Right.
and it has to be printed. I can't just like forward it to you because they don't want to pay to print. It's
yeah, blue ink versus black ink type of stuff. Like
Yeah, I
we've
just-
heard it.
I just
Like-
don't use blue anymore. That's
Yeah.
I used to love using mine.
Which to me, blue is better because it shows it's an original.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, I don't know. We joke about it all the time at the shop, though. As stupid as that system is, where every county is different, I will take that every day versus, say, the state police being in full control
Sure.
of the system, or the
Yep.
state in general, which is probably the way it's going to go. I
Then there's
could
still
see that.
legislation.
I could see that.
Well, we kind of see that already with certain counties. Like you start getting into more of the rural counties, closer like out towards the Finger Lakes. The sheriff and state police are more involved than the actual county clerks are. So like
sure.
if you were to apply for your pistol permit, I'm applying through the sheriff's department.
Yeah, what county
Yeah.
was that? Was that the Yates County ones?
Yates
Or there
was, that's Finger Lakes. So
Yeah.
that's a big one.
Wow.
Yates, Seneca, I believe, is another one.
and they do it through the sheriff's department. That's interesting.
Yeah, all through the sheriff. Like the county doesn't even want to talk to you.
I mean,
Wow.
Monroe does it 2 different ways. They
That's
do-
true. The city and the county itself. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
2 different. They go through the Clark's RPD.
John makes a great point that we should have insurance against stupidity. It's true. It's true. Be very expensive.
What would that look like? Yes.
It'd be very expensive. I don't want to pay those premiums. Oh, what else? What else we got? We're plugging along. Construction's going.
Yep.
We're getting water here soon. We're going to be buttoned up. I mean, the day we get that C of O, you're going to hear about it. We're going to want you out here. Plan on June 21st being the official grand opening. If we can be open a couple weeks before then, we will be. Yeah. We're
20th,
excited.
20th ribbon cutting.
Yep. It's only 2 months away, basically. Wow, that's scary.
Literally. Yeah.
That's scary. It's coming close.
Can't wait to eat hot dogs.
How many do you think you can eat?
3.
Come on.
No, depends on what kind we go with, because I'm kind of picky, low key with hot dogs.
Yeah.
It's gotta be
What's your?
Schweigels or Ballpark? I don't
Yeah?
mess with Oscar Myers.
No, it's got to be a girthy.
We're a Nathan's Original.
No, you're
fan.
not.
No,
no,
no.
shot.
Here.
No
Really?
shot.
Yeah.
Why?
Nathan's Original.
All right.
I like.
I thought those were like they're in the grocery store,
But nobody.
but like
buys them.
they're fake. Like you don't actually like pick it up.
It's like the plate food.
Yeah, it's like-
yeah.
I think Schweigels makes a better pop open, but Ballpark makes a better dog if you're gonna just char it,
Sure.
which I prefer. I prefer like
Yeah, you want it
black.
gone. All right. What's your favorite bun?
For hot dogs, or you ever have a King's Hawaiian?
Well, that's cheating. I feel like that's cheating. Yes, that's going to be good no matter what.
Yeah.
I like a Costanza.
Okay.
I like a nice Costanza hoagie roll.
Okay,
Those
fair.
are because then
Especially
you
with
can,
a Zweigel.
Yeah.
because then you can
Then-
load it up
yeah,
with
you
all
can
your
cover it.
mandaments.
That's a meal.
A mandament, not a
that's right,
condiment.
right. That's a-
mandament. I'm talking sauerkraut, onion, mustard, and the whole
Chili
shebang.
dogs.
I mean, Giuseppe's,
Never had one.
Giuseppe's are pretty good.
What?
Giuseppe's are great.
Yeah.
I like Giuseppe.
It's pretty easy to
I've been on a Costanza kick just
Chat.
because I haven't been able to get it.
Chat, this is crazy. Joe's never had a chili dog.
Never had chili dog.
This is insane.
Well, I usually cook it. Why would you eat it frozen?
Why would you have a chili dog if you could just have a crowd dog?
Yeah, it's true.
You've never had like
No.
warm chili on a good hot dog?
No, I've had a garbage plate.
That's true.
Tomorrow night. Friendsgiving.
I'm planning it. now.
Improv.
At Joe's house.
Chili's going on the stove tonight. At his house too.
Or you better start vacuuming.
I will make chili tonight.
I gotta go get the stuff for the shop tomorrow.
Where?
I'm going far away. I'm going to Hesney, which we know you're watching.
That's
Hesney.
not.
I love you.
That's not real. Where is that?
Geneva.
Oh, that's so close.
I know, but I'm not gonna come back.
It's like
I'm gonna enjoy my weekend with my wife.
It's a journey.
Fine.
I mean, it's really not anymore. Like, we go to Geneva. So
Yeah, Geneva. It's like 45 minutes.
if anyone wants to go for a nice getaway with their significant other, the Finger Lakes, specifically Seneca, and their Airbnbs, fucking perfect. We have not been let down once, and we've got like 4 different kinds, and there's
A lot of wine.
a lot of cheese.
A lot of
Maybe
cheese.
depending if you go to a specific winery, it's wine, cheese, wine.
Right.
We also, if you're looking for more of like a budget friendly thing, we could just set you up in this room.
With hot dogs.
We have an air mattress.
We could.
Or we have a
Works
nice
great.
nice Kelty hammock for you.
That'd be fun.
Not a sponsor, but we can get it for you.
That would like gel with the ship theme. too.
Yes, we do like 2 or 3 on
Yeah,
top
yeah.
of each other.
Yeah,
There it is.
I love it.
Ooh,
Right
how
on
do
the
we
plate.
get scurvy? We gotta get that.
Milk.
It's not hard.
Shout out Malachi.
Just a barrel of
Redacted.
grog.
Redacted.
Just every member gets
Grog.
a scoop of grog every time they come up here.
We have to water down the floors, and everyone has to be barefoot.
Just mopping all the time.
Just continues mopping.
Yep. So
Fun
nice.
stuff.
I'm
Jonathan
gonna- I'm
says,
gonna have to
"Happy
make some
Thursday."
chili. I'm gonna have to make some chili, Joe. I'll bring you. Oh wait, I'm driving to Geneva.
I'll swap
On
out the
Saturday.
propane tank for the grill. We'll get the grill
Yeah.
going.
I'm
Real
gonna be
masters.
there Saturday. I'll just drop it off.
In Geneva, you'll
Yeah.
find me.
I'm gonna be there in literally with you.
I just made the decision right now.
I am not seeing my family anymore.
Just
You,
getting the,
you better get 2 bedrooms at
Calling for
Airbnb.
the Airbnb. Yeah.
No, I'm good on a couch.
It's usually the last 4 of your phone number, right? All right, I'll just,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I have that. I have your location.
Oh, good
that'd be
stuff.
great. You ripping by, throw the chili in.
Tom says you can get pretty lit taste testing all the wineries up and along the lake.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why we go. Yeah.
one every
Yeah.
3 miles, if not shorter.
3 feet
Yeah,
down there
I think last time we counted it was like 18.
on one side of the lake, probably.
driving
Yeah.
down.
We've been to all of them.
Yeah.
Proud and not proud. Say that. One of them has a pickle flight. It's
We
pretty
should
cool.
we should
It's
get
like
the
a pickle
Glenora
pairing.
out here.
Glenora?
Yeah.
You been to the Montezuma?
I love
It's not really like on the lake. It's a little up.
Like the,
It's up near the.
shout out grandma.
you're talking about like the wildlife preserve?
There's a winery called the Montezuma. It's up near.
Oh.
It's up. It's probably the closest one to that area.
No. Yeah, we
They
drive.
make a pretty good
we
one.
blow past that one.
Yeah.
You know, we are on Seneca Lake
Yeah.
from like Geneva to Watkins Glen. Sometimes
It
back
is
and
wild
forth.
how many there are, and then like you look at them and like the money that some of those places had to sink
Mhm.
in. Like you can definitely tell some of them are like,
Well,
okay, they were bootstrapped. Like they
had
probably
it
make
going.
great wine, but they're like,
They
you
had
know,
it in going.
I mean, there's also back in the 70s, there was a grant. So you see a lot of these estates that all of them started
sure.
at the same time
Mhm.
because the state was like, hey,
Hmm.
we want people to start doing this because of the valley. And then
Yeah.
it just kind of
Took
blew
off.
up from there. Yeah. So a lot of these estates started at that time.
And are pretty established.
Very established. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, some of the, in my opinion, best wines come from the Finger Lakes region.
Oh, 100%.
Just
We'll
we
fight
yes, I will.
I've-
I will die. I will die on that hill.
Me too.
I am a wine.
They're pretty
Man.
pretty beautiful hills too.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Beautiful out there.
Great country.
People are great. A lot of people just go out there. Like most of them are retirees.
Is this a wine, Sweet Lady Propane? Jonathan Murphy just said that. Sweet Lady Propane.
yes.
Or is that a Hank Hill joke?
I don't know. I'm too young.
It must have been because I was talking about the barbecue grill.
Ah,
Yeah, propane and propane accessories.
just want a picture of a
God
goddamn
damn it, Bobby.
hot dog.
How could you be failing English, Bobby? You speak English. That boy ain't right. That's,
You know,
that's just what's going on in my dad's head the entire time he's here. That boy ain't right. Looks over at you. That boy ain't right. Just.
world's best grandpa. You're sure. He's also a liar.
So you're a liar.
So funny. That's probably my favorite quote. I love that. So funny.
And that's why
Always. That's the only shirt you wear.
always
10 different versions of
I
it.
almost put it on tonight
That's
too.
funny.
I love that.
I
love-
yes.
I love
Should just
Paul.
get
Paul's
him
the
a
best.
matching one.
Marianne says, Happy
Settle the
Easter,
beef.
Firing Pin family. Yes, we're going to be closed this Sunday
Yep, that's a
For-
yeah, good call.
for Easter. We put a post out. We'll put another one out. Normal hours, the rest of it though, right? Like Saturday, normal hours, Monday.
Yep, Saturday,
normal hours.
Monday. Yep.
Yeah, cool. So just closed on Sunday.
You want to see me?
Yeah, sorry.
No J Kim
Mm,
duo.
wah, wah. You guys gonna go do an Easter egg hunt?
I'm actually gonna be creating the eggs.
Ah,
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah,
Laying-
you lay eggs. Yeah.
laying the eggs.
Yeah, Maria gets really mad at me when we do Easter egg hunts because I usually just take them out of the fridge and she can't have breakfast. Just put them around.
I thought you meant because you're like just bodying like
Oh.
6-year-olds. Like that was mine.
We were just supposed to go grocery shopping.
You're just in Walmart.
I got that one, Timmy.
I found it. This one's got a bucket in it for face bombs.
Do you guys do plastic eggs or real eggs?
What am I, a fucking Rockefeller?
What do you mean?
Who's got time to make real eggs? Who's got
What? You guys don't do real
Do you
eggs?
know how much eggs cost?
So, question for you: do you put things in the egg?
No.
Yeah, how do you put
So
candy
then
in the
what, are you
eggs?
hard boiling
They're
eggs,
hard-boiled.
and then you go to find a
And then the
hard
kid
boiled?
just gets an egg. Have you ever raised a child?
We don't eat them.
You just go
actually,
finding hard boiled eggs.
And then what do you do with them? You throw them at your neighbor's
No,
house?
we generally compost them.
So you make hard boiled eggs.
So go back to my statement about being a Rockefeller.
No, so Saturdays we dye the eggs.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes they do get eaten. They're stored in the fridge. If you still believe in the
If your
Easter Bunny.
family just
No, you
wants to
don't.
throw money out, they could give it to me.
Yeah.
We're in an egg issue right now.
They gotta close the library because they're running out of money. But Jason's family
You
over
guys
here
are
is just
not only painting eggs, but like, let's throw them out.
just throw them out.
No, I've.
Hey, you probably still get a bunch of candy too, don't you?
No. I don't
do
even
you guys get a basket?
No.
I haven't had a basket since I was 13 because I ruined it
I
for
do
my
have one
family.
Still.
I don't from my parents. I only do from my grandma.
I found my
That's so
Eas- I found my Easter
I'm her
basket,
favorite
and
grandchild.
my mom found out because I didn't put everything perfectly back into the basket, and I never got that Darth Ball puzzle that I wanted because she's like, "I'm returning all this," and I'm like, "Oh, come on!" And Dad's like, "We're returning this." I'm like, great.
Great.
The Mars mission Lego set where you hit it and set the Lego figure all over. Yeah, no, I had to find it and not put it back perfectly. Yep.
Yeah, I'm my grandma's favorite grandchild. Bought, not built.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Bill Ford.
It's all right. That's okay. It's fine. That's
Where's that T-shirt?
built, not bought.
No, but no.
Bought, not built.
Oh wait, yeah, I screwed that
One
up,
of-
didn't I?
How many? 1 of 7.
What?
Cousins. I'm the best one. Well, grandchildren.
Okay, I was going to say something.
They're watching right now. And they're fuming.
Good.
Good.
Good. I am the best.
What the fuck?
His basket's
Victor Gurgel!
Oh my god!
Joe, what do you do if someone asks for their steak to be cooked medium well?
Punch him in the face.
Literally. Like
We asked them politely.
You asked them. You asked them to think about it
these
again.
hardworking farmers did not spend this much time, effort, money, blood, sweat, tears to raise a cow for you to ruin it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand.
That's my girlfriend's biggest flaw.
Meaning well.
She gets her favorite cut is filet mignon, and she gets it well
Oh.
done.
Oh.
So do they butterfly it, or do you guys wait an hour and a half for it to cook?
She just waits. It's the worst. And I just want
When
to.
I worked in the food industry, that was like fighting words. You say, "Oh, you want a butterfly? Why would I want that?" I'm like, all right, rest your tables. Food's gonna get
Yeah,
cold."
I know. I just want a medium rare New York strip, and no.
Just walk it through a warm room. Yeah.
God,
You ever had beef tartare
No,
where it's raw?
no.
Super good.
the raw
I
egg.
don't like
You
sushi.
get,
I never had it with a raw
Yeah.
egg. Maybe that's.
I know that's, or maybe I'm just thinking about how to make meatloaf. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
First-
Yeah, it's not cookie dough. You can't just like
Yeah,
nibble
yeah.
at it while you're.
What do you mean?
Ooh, I should bring in meatloaf.
I should call her.
Never had it.
Get out.
I brought 2
Get out.
pans to your house. I brought you 2 pans of meatloaf.
And he still had none.
Still had none of it. Never had it.
I was slaving hard for you boys, cooking a hard cooked meal, putting my love into it.
Your brother loved that meatloaf.
It was good meatloaf. I will admit, it was good meatloaf. Chat, what's your favorite cut of meat? There's no vegan- We're not. There's no
Chat.
vegans are watching this, right?
Oh my god! Did
Bean
you hear about the
burgers.
vegetarian situation
Oh
this
yeah,
weekend?
yeah. That's.
What?
I guess
That
like
was awkward.
I guess we should just always assume
Get a
that
couple.
someone's gonna. Yeah.
Well, so every permit class, the
Oh.
past like 3 or 4,
We get
we've
subs.
asked people like, okay,
Yeah.
tomorrow we're getting sandwiches. You have your choice of turkey or ham or vegetarian. And the past like 3 or 4 classes, there's been 5 ham. It's crazy how many people go turkey. It'll be
What do
like
you mean?
out of 40 people, it'll be like 5 ham and 35.
Turkey's so much
I always
better.
thought that was
As, yeah,
50-50.
I mean, as
Hell
a,
no.
as like a sandwich, I would never get a ham sandwich.
Never.
I don't. It's just,
That's like the only thing in my brain is a ham. That's
It's
just,
always like turkey and
Polish, though.
provolone
Maybe that's
or
why.
ham and
yeah. I just
cheddar.
How do you get the Crocus ham or whatever?
we
the
always
Polish
would get the
ham?
Crocus ham. Yeah.
Turkey
That's
is
gotta
a
be it.
superior animal.
So every class, and sometimes I'm there and I make a little joke about like, oh, this is a class full of like good Americans, like no vegetarians, which is stupid. Like, And then this last class, unnamed employee Brian did the count.
Typical.
And yeah, typical.
Completely
And
skips
he's
over,
like,
like perhaps the most important sandwich that you need to get.
text
especially
me
in
like,
this-
we need 5 ham and the rest turkey. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't count how many people were in the class. So like, what is the rest? Can you tell me a total? And he's like, okay, there's 41 of us here. So it's like, okay, we need 5 ham, the rest of them turkey. I always get a few extra because like someone will change their mind or whatever, like an idiot.
someone might be a
So-
little hungry, a little more
A
hungry.
little
than the rest.
peckish. Yeah. So I think I got like
We have a
40
lot.
turkey and 6 ham, and I drop them off. And then a guy comes up and he's like, "Where's the vegetarian ones?" And I was like, I'm just the delivery guy at this point. Like
Brian.
nobody ordered those." And he's like, "Well, it's fine." And I was like, I'll go get you one. Like,
Sure.
wait. And he's like, "No, it's fine." Okay. So like, sorry, I genuinely felt so bad.
Yeah, that's always a tough one too, because
And I looked at Brian and did one of those.
just right in the gut.
Just socked him one.
We've actually talked about that multiple times today. This week.
holding him down.
Yeah, holding him
notice.
down, everybody gets 3 bunches.
James says, "Good evening." We just do the Full Metal Jacket thing. We're just eating the soap. And 2A for NY, who runs an awesome page, by the way,
Sweet.
said Boar's Head ham is the best. Are we going to do a taste
Did
test?
Boar's
now?
Head get in trouble though? Wasn't there like a big
They did like a recall, didn't they?
but it was like
It was some listeria.
But did-
What are you going to do?
what? Are they still around? 'Cause
Yeah.
last I knew they were like.
I think so.
Are they? Okay. I've never had Boar's Head.
Probably.
I've
I
heard
don't
it
think
was.
Boar's Head money.
Yeah.
It was a 3.1 million settlement. That's pretty.
Oh, so I should have
That's a
had
lot.
Boar's Head. You're telling me?
They never gotten sick from Great Value
There's one
meat.
in Watkins Glen. There's a deli that only
Yeah,
serves
yeah.
Boar's Head. I like how it's like that's turned into my Portsmouth.
Do you know what
Oh,
it used
yeah, just Seneca
do you-
Lake.
Do you know what it used to be?
You're gonna tell me a Denny's.
Worse. Better.
Wait, I
No.
was gonna say what?
Worse because I'm
So,
more sad that
A
it left.
Waffle House.
A Pizza Hut.
What?
With
You know what? Now that you say that, it does look like a Pizza Hut.
and that was a full buffet one.
Oh,
Where's this?
Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen.
That was my childhood. After the day after Thanksgiving, we'd go there. Weird, right?
no, it checks out.
Not as weird as the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but that was my freaking childhood, like 2 years ago.
Ponderosa.
Like 2 years ago. And
Ponderosa was my child.
Is
For
it-
buffets.
wait, is it
Ponderosa.
Boar's
Hell yeah.
wait, is that actually what it's called? 'Cause it
No,
definitely-
Boar's Head, they say they initially recalled approximately 207,000
Damn.
pounds of meat.
That's a lot of meat.
That's a lot of meat.
That's because if you think about it, it's individually packaged for the most part. I mean, a lot of it you get, and then they deli slice it.
207,000 packages, right? Like,
oh wait, I'm not
probably
thinking of
all
Boar's
1
Head.
pound.
Holy cow! That's what.
You
it's
mean Ben
called.
and Jerry's
No, Holy Cow it's a sandwich deli place. I wasn't thinking of
in
Boar's Head.
Watkins?
That's what used to be the Pizza Hut. My bad.
There's
Sorry,
a Ben
chat.
and Jerry's out there. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. They're
It's a good diner too. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like almost Montour Falls.
yes, chefs.
Yes. Only take cash.
Yep.
Found that out, and
Yeah,
there was no place open for an ATM, so
families. I think multiple family members have worked there.
seems like a staple. TFT excursion to.
I think we have
racetrack?
to. Yeah, at this
Racetrack,
point.
yeah.
At this
We can
point.
just stay at my family's house.
We can do a
You guys want to ride horses?
sure. Well, how's it?
This is
Uh,
I was going with the galloping, but yeah.
there's another Toby's, great place in Watkins,
Okay.
donut shop. But they are open till like 10 a.m. because they normally sell out at like 9:30.
must be good.
So
Yeah.
we'll be there at 9:29.
I normally get there like 7:38, and it's
It's a very
still
specific
slim.
time.
pickings.
Yeah, I was gonna say 7:38 is a very specific time.
No, it's not 7:38. You know.
So the firing pin, Virgin,
Frying pan.
frying pan, also in Virgin, soon to be.
Signing off. Good night.
Freedom Weekend, June 21st and 22nd.
1,